Do you know where beer came from? Opening up a fresh stout and pouring its dark, creamy goodness into a frosted mug is most enjoyable. And I'm sure a vast majority of you have at least tried a beer before, and I know it's not for everyone. But while it's an alcohol and a controversial subject, I feel it's an important and interesting topic to talk about. I've had the pleasure of enjoying many different types of beers in my lifetime. Beer can be paired with practically anything and everything. Trust me, I know. The purpose of my speech today is to inform you about how beer came about. I'm going to be talking to you about the origins of beer, what ancient civilizations used to make beer, and how beer evolved. First and foremost, when did beer originate? According to beerhistory.com article Ancient Beer History, it is presumed that historians that beer originated from prehistoric nomads that may have made beer from grains and wheat before learning how to make bread. And according to the History Channel, the article Who Invented Beer, the development of beer dates back all the way to 12,000 years ago, as hunter-gatherer tribes settled into agricultural civilizations. They also discuss the earliest known barley beer to have originated in the Middle East. It's believed that several cultures led beer making due to cultivating crops, which led to permanent civilizations, settlements, and agriculture. All in all, it is very difficult to decipher exactly when beer was originated, but it is clear once it was, everybody wanted some. What did ancient civilizations use to make beer, you may ask? According to beerhistory.com article Ancient Beer History, different cultures use different grains indicative to the area. Africa used millet, maize, and cassava. North America used persimmon. Mexico used agave. South America used corn. Brazil used sweet potatoes. And the Egyptians mainly used barley. Early brewers used herbs like balsam, hay, dandelion, mint, wormwood seed, horehound juice, and even crab claws and oyster shells for flavoring. And according to the History Channel article Who Invented Beer, references to the hymn of Nicansai, an ode to an ancient Sumerian goddess of beer, which describes an ancient beer recipe brewed by ancient priestesses. It's one of the first known beer recipes in ancient times. What is the evolution of beer? According to BYO.com, the Tutankhamun Ale story, the Tutankhamun Ale has many different variations mentioned in several ancient manuscripts from the Epic of Gilgamesh to the Bible. Beer brewing concepts were passed on to the Greek and Roman civilizations. In the Middle Ages came the addition of hops to beer for bitterness, preserving, and aroma. And hops were first cultivated as early as the 9th century. And according to iFoundoutToday.com article, A Brief History of Beer, in Europe's 14th and 15th century, beer making became less family-oriented and more of an artisan activity, whereas pubs and monasteries brewed for mass consumptions. Furthermore, with the invention of the steam engine came further industrialization of beer. Before the Prohibition, there were thousands of breweries that brewed heavier European-style beers. But around 1920, these businesses started going out of business and converted to soft drinks instead of beer. According to Beer100.com article Beer History, today the brewing industry is a large business consisting of several multinational companies with advances in technology, increasing the industry every day. In conclusion, I have shared with you a few things I've learned about beer. I have conveyed to you where the origin of beer originated, what beer was made out of, and the evolution of beer. And I feel qualified to talk about this subject because of all the beer I have tasted over my lifetime and all the research I have done in preparation to relay this information to you. The next time you decide to have a beer, keep in mind the history. It'll make drinking that beer a bit more of a special occasion. And keep your eye out for new and interesting beers. Always try something new.